Hello, and welcome to Recent Activity, your new favorite entertainment review podcast that attempts to cover every film, every show, all at once. I am your co-host, Andrew Morgan. With me, as always, magic underwear and all, is Mr. Shane Beauregard. How are you, sir?
I am doing well, sir. I am ready to rock and roll, and I would wear magic underwear if I was wearing underwear at all.
Commando. In your heart and reality. Yeah. Just, you got the wrong inspiration from Arnold Schwarzenegger over the years. Wrong commando. Well, good to see you, sir. I hope you had a good week. I know we've kind of, we delayed this one a little bit. Busy week for me, and, you know, you've always, you know, you're always up to something. You always got your... your fires, your feet in the fire, whatever the things in the fire, whatever people have in the fire, you got them in the fire. So I guess, it's a little bit of a mishmash today because we're going to do Heretic, which was, I guess I'll just start with this before we we'll get to the review later. But were you surprised that Heretic didn't make as much money as I thought it was going to?
A little bit, actually, but that goes on par with what we guess at the box office all the time. Movies we think is going to do well,
it's true,
don't really do well, and movies that I think are going to do middling, all of a sudden they're like number one. So, but I thought this movie would have a little more juice going into the opening weekend.
Yeah, and I just kept scratching my brain about it. Like is this post Halloween hangover? Like people just watch horror movies for a month and they're just like, oh, one more, I'll wait. Like, is that what this is?
I think so. It might be. Yeah. I think maybe this movie would have been better off coming out like Halloween weekend or the weekend before.
Yeah. You and I said if they just swapped Conclave and Heretic, it would have made a lot of sense. But yeah, who the hell knows? I'm not gonna rehash that one. But you made $13 million worldwide, dude. Not good enough, probably. But. We'll go over, obviously, whether it's worthy of seeing the new Hugh Grant psychological thriller. But we did actually catch up on some TV. I'm going to give you a little bit of space up top here. I want to hear from you about the Penguin finale because people went bonkers with this online. And I know you're already into the show, but people seem to think this finale was everything. So give me the Shane hype meter now following the end of the Penguin season. How mad are you? Even more mad at me that I haven't started it?
Yes, I am really upset that you have not started this at all. It kind of boggles my mind, and I get you gave me a reason for it, and I didn't buy it. So I take your excuses and put it in a sack. Okay. But no, this finale, Jesus Christ, it was so good. I can't even yet, and I was mad. I wasn't as Sopranos finale, series finale mad, but man, I was mad. I was sad. I was mad again, sad again. My emotions just are still flummoxed. I'm still talking about it at work. I'm like, what the hell? So freaking good.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, this is the best show HBO. I can't even think of a better show on HBO that's come out in the last, I'm going to say it, 5 years, 6 years. It's just phenomenal. Colin Farrell deserves all the hype he is getting, he deserves. And if he doesn't walk away with an award or multiple awards, there's something drastically he absolutely killed this role. And let me pull it up because the actress who plays Sophia too, them two together just kill this damn season. Kill it, I say.
I mean, the sad thing in general, I guess, about any of these type of shows is that they're not really Emmys type shows, of course, but if anything, it's going to be in the Shane top 5 shows of the year, probably. But it's probably more destined to, we'll see it at the MTV awards, more than we'll see it, unfortunately, in anything that's prestigious,
Yeah, Christine Milioti, I think is her name.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, just destroys it, dude. And what can I say, man? It's 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10. the acting, if you're into like I said, gangster films and just stuff like that and family, like it's just terrific. And just the turn into the Penguin is just where he came from to where he goes at the end of the season. It's like Jesus Christ. And he's one guy you root for, like a Tony Soprano, like Breaking Bad, Mr. White. But then like you get disgusted, you're like, no, like you root for like Sophia, even though she is a villain, but she's justified in everything she does, and you're like, you want to. Then the turn happens in the last, and you're like, no, like I'm not rooting for this guy now. Like no, like
right.
Kill him. Like no, it's just phenomenal range of emotions, dude. Like
okay, yeah. So as far as like the Matt Reeves Batverse of it all, where does the show fill in, and is it setting anything up? Is it supposed to, like, where does it kind of leave everything? Because was it you who told me that there were rumors of a season 2 of the show?
There were, now that's fan generated rumors, okay, I believe, based on how good this show was. But I think Colin Farrell came out yesterday and said there's not really plans, and he wouldn't do it again unless the script was just better than season 1 or on par with season 1. Then he's not doing it again. From everything I read, this is supposed to be a one-off and fill that gap between the Batman movies that Matt Reeves has said.
Right.
Like this fills that gap.
Right.
And time-wise, it does. It takes 2 weeks after the flooding of Gotham City, and it leads you kind of like, remember the end of Batman Begins? The very end?
Yeah.
When he has the bag and has a Joker card in it, and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, this, at the very end of the episode, you see the bat signal go up.
Right.
Behind, and you're like, oh, shit. And they tie an Easter egg with Selena Kyle, with Sophia Falcone.
Right.
They slip that in at the end, and then the actress who plays his girlfriend Eve apparently has the last name of like the Clayface in the comics. So, and there were rumors that Clayface was going to be in the Batman 2.
Right.
We still don't really know who the hell the villains are.
Right.
But they kind of did small tie-ins, but like left it into a world of its own subsection of like Gotham. Like,
right,
shit's broken. Who's taking charge of the underworld? Let's go. You got 5 families like kind of duking it out, and yeah, so it does bridge that gap. And I'm like, man, if you're waiting for the next Batman movie to come out, just watch this show, man. It's just gonna get you hyped for it.
All right, because yeah, I mean, like, obviously the Penguin was a part of the first, the Batman, but obviously not a huge part. And that's where I'm trying to see, like, are they trying to, how much of this show, like if say I abstain for any reason, and obviously, the vein in your forehead's going to like start pulsating if I actually do abstain at this point. But if I did, is it going to ruin the experience? Like, am I going to be like behind the 8 ball going into the next one? Is kind of what I want to hear from Matt Reeves or somebody, but I don't think they're probably going to say it because they want people to watch the show.
Of course. Now, my personal opinion is I think you go into the Batman 2 without having seen the Penguin, because I think where we see the Penguin now, I think they'll kind of reference that in the movie, like, oh, he's doing this now, or he got this now, he's controlling this part. I don't think you really need to. I think you can kind of fill it in the blanks with your own watching the Batman, how things progress to that point.
Right.
And again, I wish we did hear out of Matt Reeves, because it depends on what they do with the Sophia character. That's the biggest question mark. I could see them filling the gaps with the Penguin. Like, okay, well, with the destruction of Gotham, now he's in charge of the whatever underbelly of it. But like, I don't think you need to see it, is my point. I think you go into the Batman knowing enough from just what you heard from the Penguin and then watching the first Batman, you'll be okay.
Now, is Batman in Cabo? Do they like tell me why he's been gone for a couple weeks while all this stuff is going on?
Nope.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Not one mention. Now, I read in my own mind, the way they set it up after, of course, they do kind of like mention it in the epilogue or whatever post-log of the first Batman movie, that the city, like there's parts of the city you really can't get to. In my mind, he's off doing like that kind of shit rather than like the ghettos of Gotham. He's not like,
sure.
So that's kind of like how I justified it in my head. I'm like, okay, he's taking care of other shit. There's parts of the city they can't get to or still disconnected from the other parts of Gotham. So
right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I should get around to it because, in a way, you could say I've been working. I have a new review out this week. I had a review last week as well. Plus, I got on my Shane train and I watched all of Hysteria on Peacock. Which, so when we left off last week, you hadn't finished it. You only started it, correct?
Correct.
So, what did you think about the whole thing? Because I was actually impressed with the show, and like for how like it was light on its feet. Like it doesn't get too dark per se. It feels just like a nice streaming show. Like it's entertaining. It's got real, quality actors in it. I loved Bruce Campbell in this. I love the band. I like how like almost there's so many good people that they're really good at pivoting from one storyline to another and it doesn't drop. You know what I mean? Like the level of quality and in each storyline is good enough that you can hang, even if it's not like, quote, maybe your favorite character's part in the story.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way you do, man. It was an enjoyable show. I thought it was well done. The cast is very likable. I like the band. Of course, I love the soundtrack. Like just drops you right to 1989. And the cast was great. I liked it. I like the humor it had in here. I thought it was well written. I love Bruce Campbell. And, there were some kind of parts that kind of leave you scratching your head when you get to the season finale, and we can go into that if you want. But like to me, that didn't matter.
I don't think so either. I mean, you knew it was gonna come down to certain things. If the one thing that you really can't shake is the supernatural element, right? Is that what we're going here? Okay.
Yep.
Because you either have to be like, well, there was something else and we're not going to explain it to you and that's fine. Or did I miss something or whatever? But there are a few things where you're just like, well, why did everyone have something like kind of like growing on themselves? And why does it seem like some people actually do have interactions with the devil or whatever? But, it's kind of fun that they don't. And I wonder if it does well. I don't Lord knows with Peacock, it's kind of like a whole, like, I don't know what works, what doesn't, what hits or what doesn't. I hope people watch this show. It's fun. It's good. It's know we're outside of the October lock that we have on our brains with, stuff that has to deal with, supernatural like genres or horror-ish or thriller-ish type stuff. But I would say, if you didn't watch it by now, please do. It's a good show. And I wonder if they would do a season 2.
They could, because again, they left
kind of
things
contained. But unless those breadcrumbs that we don't get explained is what season 2 starts with, I'd be fine with that too.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that too. And exactly when the show ended, I'm like, well, they didn't really explain that. But like you just said, like I didn't care. Like I honestly just didn't care. I like the storylines and how they pivoted from like the cult stuff to brainwashing stuff. I mean, I just like the pivots they took in this show. I like the Tracy character, not as a person, but like she made me laugh, dude. Like the scene that made me laugh, and I'm not spoiling anything, is like the last episode where they bring her friend down and everyone drops out. And she's like, and it's like, Mom, like just kills the whole thing. It's great, man. It's a fun show.
Yeah, and I think people who are used to what the Bruce Campbell stuff experience would love it. Like your people who probably watch Ash versus Evil Dead or any of those type of shows, or something to where they know if they see Bruce Campbell, it's gonna be a little bit bent, a little spooky, a little dark comedy, a little bit of everything. But just fun, really being the bottom line, I guess, and entertaining. Which that's all I needed, and that's all I got from it, and it's super bingeable, even for the longer episodes ish. But I think it's a perfect show. I know it's a weird thing between the streaming and the network and stuff. That's a show they could put on network TV now and be probably pretty fun.
Oh, absolutely. Like, they put shows like Grimm on there on NBC. Yeah. Like it's you know what I mean? Like NBC for a little while had like fucking Hannibal and Grimm playing on the same night. Yeah. That was like a chilling. So yeah.
Now everything is whatever. 911 or Chicago show or whatever Dick Wolf thing. It's all it is. Yeah.
Yep. But I love Julie Bowen too, so I like to give her a shout out on this show. She's great as always, man.
Yeah, Tracy was my favorite too. I think as far as like, you know, the kind of position she's in, wanting to grab the power, the turnaround at the end, the whole thing, you know. I think it's pretty great. But there's so many shows that have done like the satanic panic thing and done it where it's like you almost feel like, did you actually understand how the 80s version of this works, or it doesn't quite feel in that like normal to that environment. This show just felt lived. It knew what it wanted to be, and it absolutely hammered it home. So I think that was my most impressive part of the whole thing. So yeah, I know we talked about it last week, and I don't want to belabor it, but yeah, Hysteria on Peacock, absolutely love that show. I also watched before we just came on air Your Monster, which you talked about previously on this podcast, and I forgot what you gave it. I want to say you gave it a 3.5. Is that correct?
I did. Yep. Okay. A strong 3.5.
Well, update your damn letterbox then, because I was searching.
Did I give it a 4?
It doesn't have you logged at all.
Oh,
so
shoot.
either
either
that's a letterbox problem or a Shane problem. We'll figure it out.
Well, here is a Shane, because here it is, and I'll pull back the curtain on this show. I have to hold my letterbox reviews stars until we do this show. Well, yeah. And sometimes I do forget to go back.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
The only time I star stuff is when I'm like, well, this isn't an Andrew movie. This is a Shane movie. I'm going to star the Wolfman versus the Creature from the Black Lagoon now.
Sure. You know, exactly. Yeah. And all of those are appreciated. But yeah, I gave this a 3.5 too. It's another movie that I think it just slips into my top 25 of the year. It's a very quality movie. I think it's funny how it plays like almost sort of like a love triangle, or a love, what we think is maybe a love square. There's like 4 people kind of involved, but it's mostly a love triangle, you know, and a terrible breakup stuff, the whole nine, all the things that you said when we talked about it last time, with Melissa Barrera doing an excellent job. Tommy Dewey, who I told you I think is I thought he was the best part of Saturday Night. I think he's in an excellent show called Casual that I watched on Hulu many years ago. He's great as Monster in here too. I love how they you don't know quite what Monster is, and you get lulled into a false sense of security about Monster. And even though they literally almost tell you right up front, and you're like, oh shit. And then when it manifests itself at the end, you are still really surprised. So I think this movie is very effective in that. And I'm still sitting in it because I literally it just ended for me before we got on the mics. But I'm still wondering about the end. But I don't know how it could have been. I almost want to point it to you now because you've already seen it. You talked about it on here. You talked about the ending, but obviously I didn't know quite what you were talking about at the time. But now that like the actual act of the final oh shit moment of the end, how did it sit with you, and has it aged better or worse for you since you saw it?
You know, when it happened, I was surprised, and I was like, well, my first thought was, I don't know how people are going to take this ending. I didn't mind it, to be honest with you. I kind of dug it. And I think the only dig was when they labeled this kind of like a horror. It's not a horror. No. It's not. No. But I was surprised because it took a sharp left, so if people weren't ready for it, then I'm like, ew, they're not going to like it. And a lot of the reviewers didn't like the sticking point at the end, but I liked it. You know what I mean? And I didn't love it, but I got it. You know what I mean?
Right.
A little surprised and shocked, but like I was like, did she really do that? I'm like, yep, she sure did. Like,
I think if you want to have any criticism of it, for it to be so shocking, it's because they're caught in the middle, right? Because they're doing a love triangle and they're making this one character to be something that we don't quite know exactly what's going on, especially even right up to the very end. So if they did a better job of making it more of a point that she's a pushover in her life and that this is the manifestation of it, or that there's like a hidden element, or if you see versions of a dark side or something, any of those things, like you can kind of play with that, or how she embraces the monster and all those things is kind of part of that too.
Right.
So I feel like maybe there could have been more in the dialogue or something like that if they wanted to be still smart about it and still hiding, but also still a little more winking to where when it happens you go, oh, like a little more, oh shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I still enjoyed it. And like you said, I didn't mind it either. And yes, I'm sorry to potentially tease the audience. I would say watch this movie. It's on PVOD right now, Your Monster. And let us know what you think, because it's a very, like you said, I don't want to say controversial ending, but it's definitely an ending that will make you possibly a little uneasy, and they really don't care because they literally end the movie in the end credits with like a fucking female rap song that's like very poignant of like, we're cool with this. We're all hyped for it. Let's do it. So, I just want to say, you just to refresh my own brain, and we won't belabor it because we got to get to Heretic. But you said this was, she says it's based on a true-ish story. Did you investigate that? Like, what was the point of that?
I did. Like, she got, basically what I read was she was in a relationship with someone for a while, and he just kind of like broke up with her. I didn't know if she was sick or anything, but I think that was written. But she kind of went through like a breakup like this character did in the movie.
Yeah.
Where she had a hard time getting over him. And
right.
I don't know if that's a reflection of her being a pushover in real life. I don't know. Like I said,
right.
They didn't really go into like the main character's like background too much, which again was like a little nitpick of mine. But no, it was based on like an actual situation she went through.
I'll have to look up to see if there's any interviews with her, maybe where she goes into any detail. I'm sure she won't, probably protecting people and all those type of things. But yeah, who knows? But
I think it's like I said when I first saw it, for a first time director, not bad. It's a cute little movie, man. I used the word cute. Yes, I used the word cute. It's a cute little movie.
Yeah, especially with some not so cute moments, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The more I think about it, I mean, there are definitely a lot of moments where she's just slowly empowering herself, but like, those could be taken multiple ways, and I like maybe how they leave you in the dark a little bit until it happens. So,
right.
But yeah, good movie, 3.5. I think it just sticks in the top 25 of the year for me. But on like the lower rung, where it's like I'm impressed by it, I like it, but it's not like on that upper rung. So it's but it's in like a grouping. I don't know if you've been keeping track like I do, meticulously like I do. But it's in that category of like Late Night with the Devil or The Substance, or there's like a few movies where I'm just like, this is really impressive. It's got really strong performances. It takes a risk. I don't know if I love every little bit about it, or maybe it's not so flashy or something, but I'm definitely impressed by it, and I like what they did with it. It's in that category. But another entry to my top 25 of the year is the main course for this evening in Heretic, which, as we noted, only made $13 million. So I don't know how many people saw this movie. And obviously you and I did, because otherwise we wouldn't be here doing this. But when you saw it, did you? What was your experience? Did you see it with like there was a good amount of people in the theater? Like, was there a responsive crowd? What would you say?
We went on a Saturday night, so prime time. It was less than half full.
See, that's I would say. So weird to me, because it's not like there was anything out. Venom won the weekend again, and this is that's a movie that's been getting beat up.
Yep.
So I don't know.
I was disappointed with the crowd. Again, less than half full, not really responsive to. There was a little towards the third act, second, third act, that got some like responses from the audience.
Yeah, sure.
And that was cool. But no, it was kind of like a lackluster audience. I was disappointed, I will say.
Yeah, definitely a weird one. Like, I'm still leaning towards it's the post horror month hangover, but this movie is. Would you call it horror? I kind of lean psychological thriller.
Yes, thriller.
Where it's two young religious women, Mormon religion. What would you call? What are they? Missionaries, right? Is the term for that? They're drawn into a game of cat and mouse in the house of a man who they don't fully go into how he became kind of a person that was looking for more information about the Mormon faith, but it's definitely I will say this movie, Hugh Grant is so fun and so good in this movie. I enjoyed him a whole lot. And I think if you talk to me 2/3 to 3/4 of the way into this movie, I'm like, this movie's like a top 10 movie of the year for me. This is all my catnip. I was this close to being a philosophy major in college. You know, I like the dynamics. I like the house, you know, like those little things, the decision making, the control, the whole thing, like the picking apart, you know, theology. Like I'm learning things, you know, that maybe I didn't quite know. I'm like, oh, I love how this is set up. And then like the end happens and I was just I thought it was a little messy, a little like, I understand what you're doing. I put all the pieces are there, but I was just like, I don't know, this all seems a little extreme and not everything seemed to be tightly knit together at the end. And I don't know. And there's a lot of conveniences in terms of like the horror conveniences, the traditional horror conveniences of like, you're still alive, you know, like one of those type of things a couple times. So those are like the main takeaways, but man, did I enjoy the hell out of the first 2/3 to 3/4 of this movie where I was like, man, this is so much fun. And I still had enough fun. I could still full throat like recommend that people check this out. It's just, I thought I was going to be over the moon by how it was in the beginning.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Like I love this movie. Absolutely love this movie. Like the first act, like you said, the first act like draws you in, and I'm like, oh shit, Monopoly and religion and all. Like I was in. Like I'm in. I was in on the first conversation on the bench with Sister Barnes and Sister Paxton.
I was about to say I was in before they even got to the house, so I was loving it. Yeah.
Just the dialogue with the pornography because they pronounced it weird the whole time.
They talk about South Park and the Book of Mormon play. Yeah, it was cheeky. Like they knew what they were doing.
And then we get Mr. Reed involved, and like Hugh Grant was like you said, he was so much fun. And I'm like, do more roles like this going forward, man.
I know.
Like, awesome.
I know.
And then the second act just ratchets it up to tension, where you think Sister Barnes is going to be like the one to carry them through, and then all of a sudden they do like the old rope-a-dope, and then you get like Sister Paxton, and you're like, oh shit. Then she's going through the steps, and you're like, oh my god, like And yes, they don't quite land the plane on the third act, but like for me, it was mainly Forgiven. Like I was so involved in this movie, and I was like, this is fucking good. Like there's no other way around it. This is good.
Yeah.
And I took the she's still alive thing. I took that a different way. Yes, that was a convenient plot thing to just throw in there, like most horror tropes go. Like I get that, but I also kind of like took it a different way with the religious tones they took in here, and they're praying, and I was like, I just took that as like her that's her miracle that she was supposed to witness. You know what I mean? Like unexpected miracle,
right?
Like with that. So that's how I took it, and it kind of eased my like, oh, really? We got that trope because she's not obviously whatever. I don't want to like totally ruin it, but like I took it as a miracle based on the whole religious aspect they took in this movie. So
but what about him, Shane? He gets a wallop at the end. I don't want to like, and he has to travel a little bit of this. I go, damn, like that's a while to get to where they go. So that is, and I think that part bothered me more than the whole sister aspect of that equation. Yeah. So but to me, again, I forgave it. I was like, they're not going to stick it perfectly, because you believe.
It's okay.
You believe.
Yes, I believe. But man, it's a fun movie, man. It draws you in, and like you said, it's like, oh, I'm going to learn more about this, and oh shit, like I loved how like he compared like the Church of Latter-day Saints and Mormon to like the whatever stylized Monopoly game that's out. Like
I didn't know the whole person stealing the idea and selling it to Parker Brother, like the whole thing. I was like, damn, tell me more, dude. Like, can I hang out with you? Like, I don't want to die, but like I'm picking up what you're putting down, man.
Like I said, I love the whole dialogue. If that movie was just him sitting there the whole time, I would have been fine with it. Like, I was cool.
Yeah.
The one part that made me laugh, not part, but like I got done with the movie. I'm like, why did they cast Topher Grace in that role? He's only in 2 scenes. Like, he know the directors? Was it a favor? Like,
I had a similar thing, and
not like he's an A-list guy, but he's been in enough stuff where like, why would he do this? Like, I thought like, and I think they threw him there because you think, at least for me, they lead you to believe he's going to come back around.
Yeah,
and he never does.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to cast him in that role for 2 scenes, I'm like, okay, all right, whatever.
And they go, I don't want to say out of their way, but they dress him and put him in a certain type of outfit and whatever, to where it's like, we don't really care if you know this is Topher Grace. So
exactly.
it was very interesting to see how they did that, because I knew it was Topher Grace, because when he started talking, I was like, that's Topher Grace.
Yep.
But I was with my girlfriend, and she was like, oh, that was Topher. Like, it got to the credits, and it was like, oh, that was Topher Grace. I'm like, yeah. And I get it, though, because he's not obvious, but especially when he's doing like his duties in the church or wherever he's supposed to be, I guess. I was just like, oh no, is that like, I would just kept like squinting, looking at, like trying to check it out. I'm like, is that somebody? And then as soon as they talked, it gave it away. But very interesting. What'd you think of the house? Because those are also things to me. Some of the eccentricities are fun and welcoming. And then again, I think the more it goes along, I'm like, why does this guy have a model of his house? And has it set up to where they use that as like sort of a MacGuffin, as something to work with later on and everything else. I was like, okay. Like, it's one thing if, again, it's fun. It's like quirky. It's kind of cool. It's one of those like in the room ideas. Be like, oh man, that would be kind of cool. And then when it goes, it's like, all right, well, that's a little bit extra. It doesn't bother me, but it's just like, okay. I guess if you're, I said to my girlfriend, I was like, this is like everything, all the eccentricities of the house, of Mr. Reed, of anything to do laid out in that house is all like, oh, right, this guy doesn't have a TV. Because I was just like, he has so much time on his hands. He doesn't have a phone. Like, this is a guy, like, what is he going to do? He's either going to read books, which clearly he does, or he's going to, build a model of his home in the inside of his house. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I didn't even think about that till you said that, to be honest with you. But it was weird because him and the note taking didn't really add up to much. He's all sitting there with his little notepad and he's like documenting time and like they're into there. But I like I think it's just to show that he's
done it more than once.
Yeah. 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 I like the layout of the house though. I did like that.
Yeah.
I like the set pieces in here. And I even like the little dialogue scene when he plays that one song on the record and he's like, you've heard this, you told me you didn't hear this, and he went to the whole creep thing. I love that part, dude. He's singing creep through the wall there. I was like, oh man, like it's awesome. Like, it's awesome.
Did you lose any respect for Radiohead that they sued?
Yeah,
I did too, because I was like, this isn't close enough. What are you doing? Like, and I, for any music heads out there, there's a song by Olivia Rodrigo that sounds a little bit like an Elvis Costello song, and they interviewed Elvis Costello to be like, why didn't you take action against her? Because that's kind of like more the thing to do that people have been doing lately. Like, even like Tom Petty like sued the Red Hot Chili Peppers at one point for a song likeness to them. I was like, come on, you're both fucking rich as hell. It doesn't sound anything like it when it gets in. Like, you can't just take snippets and be like, you stole this. It's so stupid. I hate it. And basically, Elvis Costello said the same thing. He's like, I take it as an honor. No one's going to care that we sound anywhere close. Our fans don't overlap. It's been decades. He's like, if anything, people are now talking about my song now and people going back. He's like, who cares? That's rock and roll. If I didn't steal off somebody else and those people didn't steal off of, like, the history of rock and roll is littered with people who just iterated on something that used to be there. So that's what we do. So why sue someone over it? And I loved it. And so when this movie started talking about a similar thing, I was like, my fucking real life interests are like in this movie. So that's what I'm saying. I was like buzzing in the first part of this movie. And then I was like, oh man, let him keep talking.
Yeah.
I think once he stopped talking a lot, that's really when I was just like, oh man, do you have any more subjects you're really passionate about?
Yeah, same. He was just so good, man. That's why I told people at work, I'm like, dude, just for the Hugh Grant in this movie, just go check it out, man.
Yeah, it's really well written. Like, whether you can say the execution at the end is whatever, you just know at the end of the day, it's a guy who, realized life is about control and made his whole life about it. So, it's you know what it is? I'm not the biggest fan of say the Saw movies or something like that, where it's like, oh, somebody kind of like manipulating people and getting gruesome about it or something, and that's one way of doing this. This one is like the headier version of that, I guess, if you want to be, I don't know if that's, dickish. But, to me, because again, it's like got a lot of rooted philosophy and a lot of ideas and a lot of things that all kind of coalesce into one grand philosophy. So it's a thesis statement movie, essentially, with a character who cares a lot about this stuff. So to me, I thought that was very impressive. And I thought Chloe East and Sophie Thatcher were both very well casted, did really well. Again, do I love every aspect of it?
No.
Like the IUD thing, there's a few things where it's like, okay, it all comes apart, like in a good way. I don't mean to say it comes apart like the script is unraveling, but I mean just like his philosophy and how these things go. Like a lot of them can be just explained away in my head. So I'm not going to dig on anything, but I think they were both very impressive. Sophie Thatcher from Yellow Jackets, for anybody who's seen her before. Because when I saw the trailer, I didn't immediately go, oh, I know them. And I think is she the one who was in Book of Boba Fett too? I think as well.
She might have been.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I just finished season 1 of Yellow Jackets last week because it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I didn't recognize her for a while because in that show she has a yellow hair,
yeah.
blonde hair.
Oh yeah. They don't. Both of them look different than what they're known for. And Chloe East, she was in the Fablemans of stuff that I've seen her in, but she's relatively new as well. So, yeah, man, a couple of good actors, and of course, she's in Wolf of Snow Hollow, which is a movie that's on my watch list that my girlfriend is yelling at me to watch because she loves it so much. So, there's a few things that these people are known for, but I was impressed by all of them. It's basically a 3-hander. It's a chamber piece. It's a tight thing. A couple of rooms. Not a big. I would be shocked if this movie cost more than $10-15 million. What are we in what?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Hugh Grant's salary?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how much design work had to go into the house or whatever, or a lot of it's trickery or whatever. So who knows? But yeah, I would think even for having a soft opening of 13 million, if there's good word of mouth, because the critics have been positive on it.
Yeah.
I would hope that the people would also be positive on it, because again, the scores on IMDb and Letterboxd and all the other places have been pretty solid too. I hope it does get a word of mouth to where maybe it can make 30 or 40 million dollars at some point, and that would be a nice little chunk of change profit for this movie.
Yeah, I'm hoping so, because like you said, critic wise, it's on Rotten Tomatoes 92% with the 77 audience, so it's not that big of a difference. Both positive reviews. So yeah, I'm hoping this picks up some freaking steam because you need to see it.
Yeah, and to me, I think that lands perfectly well. If we're not doing cheat codes, which I've been avoiding for months. I don't know if you've noticed, because we've now changed our terminology. I think this is
we have.
Yeah, it's a strong 3.5 for me.
Okay, I gave this a strong 4.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Like this might land in my top 5. Who knows?
Ooh,
maybe.
Yeah. It was, I swear, it was heading that way, man. It was so heading that way. But I think just I mentioned this many times, so forgive me. It's the William Goldman thing. Like, if you end strong, it makes me forget a lot of things earlier, but this movie kind of works backwards in that effect, where I think it starts so strong. Like, I'm just so in. And then, sometimes it's hard to land the plane.
It is.
So, and it's not a complete shit show end or anything. It's not a fuck you, like, oh, this is what this was about. There's none of that. It's just, it didn't match up to how much I was really enjoying myself early on. Yeah. So that's why, it's in the, like I said, I liked it better than Your Monster, and I just spoke glowingly about Your Monster. So take that for whatever it's worth, but it's in that, top, like maybe squeaks in a top 20, or it's somewhere between 20 and 25 on the year for me. So, which is still a very good movie. So.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I would love to compare our top 25 lists because I'm sure they are vastly different.
Oh, I know. At the end of this year, man, because we're talking about what we're going to watch this weekend. You are going to do the responsible dad thing and watch Red One, even though it's getting beat up out here. But I'm going to watch A Real Pain. I'm going to try to watch Blitz. I might end up, who knows if I actually venture out into the big city, the Big Apple, to like maybe go check out The Piano Lesson, which is out in very, 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 very limited markets. The Netflix movie that'll be out on the 22nd. But, like, there's still a lot of movies that I think are very interesting that we still have left to go here. I don't know how much is left. I didn't look of our most anticipated lists.
I think I might be all out of mine.
So as far as our top 10 most anticipated, I have Gladiator 2 and Blitz and A Real Pain still left to see. So 7 of my 10 are in. And I say it's a split decision. Like, I'd say, Wild Robot, My Old Ass, The Substance, were like really good for me. And Conclave was good for me too. And then Saturday Night was good-ish. Wolves and Joker Follow You Do did not work out. And then I'm going to check off a couple of those hopefully this weekend. So, but as we get into December, I think there's no December movies on my list.
I can't even remember. I think I might be out. There might be one December movie, but I have to go back and look at my list because unlike you, I don't have my list in front of me. So,
well, actually, I think I kept your list.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you had Craven, which is December, so we still gotta wait for that. Yep. Killer's Game, Venom, Beetlejuice, Heretic. Werewolves has not come out yet. That's also December. Rebel Ridge, We Live in Time, The Substance, and Wolves. So, yeah. And then our honorable mentions, we had things like His Three Daughters, which was really good. Amelia Perez, which I just covered, which I gave. That's a 4-star movie myself. Still got Nosferatu. We saw Smile 2. So there's like a healthy amount of stuff. The Shadow Strays you were mixed on, and Bird still to come out. So like we still got some stuff, but not like Bird is out limited. But I'm probably I haven't seen it around here enough to probably catch it, unfortunately. But yeah, so December will be light, but there's a few.
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah, but more on your list. None for me. Like I'll be tapped by the time we get to Gladiator 2, I guess. So that's where I'm like, I already said to you before we got on the mics here, where it's like, should we start doing like look aheads, like 2025 stuff, most anticipated? Before is it going to be a tough December for us? We'll do our wrap ups, and that'll be the end of it. I don't know.
It's never too early. And it's never too early. No, Werewolves might land in my top 5 of the year. Who knows?
Any Frank Grillo movie has a strong chance with you. So that's definitely a possibility. And listen, I thought that trailer looked like a lot of fun. So I'm not going to, dismiss that out of hand either. So that's cool with me. But yeah, man, my watch list is still quite full. And there's still some Oscar-y type movies that are still to come. I'm still mad. I know. I think we didn't know what the released situation was for Juror number 2 when we did our most anticipated. But man, do I want to see that movie so fucking bad. I do too. Bad. Yeah.
I do too.
And I think the trailer for The Order came out after we did our list too, and that movie looks like so dope. Are you in on The Order? Did we have this conversation?
I don't think we had this conversation. I don't think I've seen a trailer for it.
Oh my God. Well, first of all, we're going to get an insane amount of Nicholas Hoult coming up because he's got The Order, he's got Nosferatu, and Juror number 2. All in the last 2 months of the year. So shout out to Nicholas Hoult. But yeah, this one's December 6th, The Order. It's a series of bank robberies and car heists frighten communities in the Pacific Northwest. A lone FBI agent believes that the crimes were not the work of financially motivated criminals, but rather a group of dangerous domestic terrorists. So, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like 1980s. Pacific Northwest, like Idaho area. Jude Law is this lone FBI agent who's on the case. Holt's part of this, cult leader, almost like domestic terrorism group. Oh, man. It looks so fucking cool.
Oh. Man, how did I miss that?
I don't, honestly, I think I've seen the trailer. I don't know if I've seen the trailer in movie theaters. I only saw it, on your IMDb's or Dark Horizons of the world or, whatever kind of thing. But it's got a 7.1 so far,
Ty Sheridan, Mark Maron's in it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It looks fucking cool. So cool. So I want to check that one out. So there's a few more, like I said,
Well, I'm all in on that Y2K movie. Comes out
December 6th. Yeah, that's December 2. That's true.
Yeah. It's like, there's 3 I'm at least looking forward to. 4 with The Order now, so that'll get me through the month.
Yeah, and there's still some streaming stuff. Like I know Netflix has The Carry On, I think, is coming in December. That you seen that, the Taron Egerton airport terrorist situation kind of thing. So there's a few other things. I'm definitely forgetting something that's coming out probably streaming wise in December. But yeah, man, there's a lot of good stuff. And obviously we will be here every week, slowly updating our top 25 list like an animal like me, or Shane, who, probably is just, every week journaling, or whatever you do, right. Whatever you're not doing on Letterboxd, like an animal like me.
I'm putting all the pokers in the fire, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, thank you for bringing that back. Excellent job with the callbacks and bookending for us today. Great job by you as always. Out there, you guys, thank you so much for listening. At Recent Act Pod on the socials. Be sure to like and subscribe and give us 5-star reviews and everything that is excellent for a podcast like ours to survive. And definitely check out those movies that we mentioned. I'm sorry if you see the red one, but at least you'll be in lockstep with Shane for next week and getting in the Christmas spirit before Thanksgiving, you fucking assholes. But I love you all, and I hope to see you back next week for more Recent Activity.